navutse 60.
Dale is the father and the head of this family. He was born in 1960. This means he's a 62-year-old man who was born and found himself with this shortness. He thinks if he was a bit taller, his life would have been much easier. But since finding himself like this, he went on missing some life opportunities, making his life harder and harder. Growing up, he could see having a short stature as a barrier or kind of deformity, but he had to move on. But this took some time for him to have and develop a self-acceptance. But when he was still young, he always blamed himself, asking God why. And that was because some people could always look down on him and call him some names. The man had the chances of going to school. He could not perform well in class but enjoyed being a student as he knew education is the key. But later, life happened and he found himself out of class, all because of failing to pay school fees. And another factor was the school's location, which was far from the home and made it difficult for the man to attend regularly and on time. After being chased away from school, the man felt discouraged and felt that was the end, as odds of him not making his dreams come true were getting higher and higher. He started losing interest in many things and had depression. But as days passed, he had to move on, see things different, and see the bigger picture. He later grew and it was now time for him to get married. He started approaching women and asking them out, but the short stature problem could cancel most of her dates. But this did not take long until he met the right one. They fell in love and later proceeded to being a husband and a wife to each other, then shared this journey together. He was later blessed with 3 children, all who are as short as the father, and he jokes that if they were tall, he would complain. But since they are as short as he is, then no DNA test needed. All of his 3 children went to school, but due to life problems where sometimes there's no school fees and the other time there's no food at home, they were going to school hungry plus failing to afford the school materials. All the above-mentioned problems and others not mentioned were key factors that affected these children and led to dropping out of school one by one. And among the 3, only one is the one left attending school. Others no longer go to school and have no any other occupation. They are always seated and stay here at home. This family says living in such an old house is a big problem, but they have no means. If they had some financial support, they would reconstruct and renovate the house. 27-year-old Godliver is the firstborn in this family. She studied but never graduated. She was chased away because of failing to pay school fees. The 27-year-old had a boyfriend and he ended up making her pregnant. And that's how she produced twins in 2016. Since it wasn't planned, she's now struggling to raise these children and says the father is the one who helps her to raise these children since their mother is unemployed. Angelique is also one of them. She says she had a lot in his head to achieve. She wanted to learn and have a lot of enough skills for her to compete for work. But since dropping out, life goes on becoming worse daily. She only has a few sewing skills but adds she needs more training so as to improve her skills. With the provision of a sewing machine, she can put it to use and give all her energy so as to improve the standards of living. 15-year-old Ferdinand is the last born in the family. He was the only one still following his studies, but he recently dropped out of school earlier this year as the father failed to pay school fees. He has passion and he's good at playing football and aspires to be one of the football greats, but due to living in this village where there are no football academies, yet the man needed to train more, makes it harder for him to make his dreams come true. As long as the 15-year-old has no training and nowhere to perfect his passion, Thank you for watching. I'm Elijah and this is Afrimax English. Remember to subscribe.